Hell to hell, shoulder to shoulder. Our boo getting older. Right. Umi and I closer than we ever been. She taking medicine, I can't do no settling. Nah, I got an opportunity to touch it. Ball in my hands, I just gotta hit the bucket.
What's up, world? It's your boy Fresh the Legend. We're at the Live to Be Legendary podcast. Today's guest, a relic in the community, true pillar, leader, father, author, poet, life coach, community activist, many things. But the thing about him is he's been doing it for a long time. He's proven that he is about the people, about the community, 20 years strong. I'm honored to have him today. Give it up, y'all, for Will Latif Little. Before it was cool, before it was trendy, before they was giving out foundation money and non-profit money.
Right, exactly.
He was doing it because it had to be done. That's why I respect Will Latif Little so much. That's why he's a legend to me, because he was doing it because it was needed, bottom line. And this one it was hard. This one it was like, like that wasn't even a thing. Behind the Bullet. Tell me about that documentary, Prime. Your life is crazy. You have an amazing life. Like the law has worked with you from taking you to, I wouldn't say tragedy to triumph, but it seems like it. But you were man enough to admit that you put yourself in situations and you got yourself out of situations.
Right, exactly.
You know. So tell us about Behind the Bullet.
But Behind the Bullet is a documentary based on 4 subjects, which is me and 2 other white men and a white lady. I met the producer in Washington, D.C. I was speaking at the Washington Monument on the steps with Mothers in Charge and all the women who lost children to violence. And she just found it brave that I came and spoke about taking somebody's life. She said, I'm from Portland, Oregon. And said, but I'm going to fly into Philadelphia and meet you one day. And I was like, okay, cool. Then like a month later, she flew in one day, came to the barbershop, had a little interview right there in the barbershop.
She was serious.
She's like, yeah, she was serious. She said, yeah, I definitely want to get you in this film. I have a lot of other subjects, but I definitely want to get you in this film. I'm like, okay, great. I said, let me know when you're ready to start shooting. And then she took over our partners, our producers, and they was like, yeah, let's get Will on this joint. And they came to Philly, and we shot it. And it was really great. Great experience, hanging out with them too as well. And then next thing you know, we had to go to Utah. We went to Utah to Sundance and stuff like that. So she put in a feature film there, and I met other actors there. The producer, that was a great experience. And then we shot it, and the audience came to see, and they loved it. You know, they loved my story. I had the Teach Peace shirt on. I was rocking the shirts. Peace living. They're like, why you get the shirt? Where'd you get the shirt from? And I tell them, I make them. You know, they could sell them. And I was selling them to them and just getting networking connection. But you know, we toured with Behind the Bullet, California, LA, stuff like that. So I was one of the main subjects she brought out because I was the only one that seen Hill.
Wow, that seemed hell. Come on.
Yeah.
She used you as an example of it.
Right, that you can come from it. I mean, and it shows us the difference. Everybody's talking about the victims, right, which is good, talking about the victims and the experience, but no one talks about the person who actually pulls the trigger. That's why it's called Behind the Bullet, and how it affects them, you know, mentally and emotionally.
We're always talking about, in my bad, that hit me twice. We always talk about the one that get hit, but what about the one that actually shot? We look at them as like, forget them, they did something bad. You don't actually want to talk to them and see like they're trying for why.
Yeah,
that's
heavy. You want to recognize it, and then you really, in order to stop it, you got to recognize where it's coming from.
Ooh.
And why is it happening, right? So, you know, so just to share their stories. And one guy, he shot a guy who, you know, some kids kind of run in his house and try to take his guns out of his house. They want to kill him, whatever. You know, and he was still distraught from that 4 years later.
Yeah, so that's crazy. So we don't never talk about the ones that do the shooting. We always talk about the ones that get shot. Like, and that's not right. I'm laughing, but I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, because if you really want to change the trajectory of where this violence is going at, you know, and prevent it, is you really got to see the ones who are creating it and why they're creating it, right? And of course,
That's the source.
there's an equal balance in between the two, the victim and the victimizer. You know, because the victimizer could be a victim. I was a victim, right, of just abuse. A man growing up. Like my boyfriend put a gun in my head at the age of 13 years old, right? And I didn't know that it changed me. I didn't know that was trauma. We didn't know trauma when we was kids. We just thought things was normal. I mean, like these kids today just think things are normal, but a lot of people are experiencing trauma. And not only the trauma of him putting a gun to my face, but the trauma of me seeing my mom get into fights. You know, indirect domestic violence. I mean, where it affects the kid. I just had a paper the other day where it said 11-year-old killed the man who came in the house and fighting the mom.
His mom, I seen that.
Yeah, I mean, so the kids witness this trauma, you know, and then you expect them to go to school and be stand-up kids the next morning when they're dealing with all these issues. You know what I'm saying, and not only them, but when they go in houses, the houses of pain. You know, so some kids don't come from houses of love; they come from houses of pain. You know, and that's absorbing trauma. You know, so all the time we've been growing up with the father not being there, witnessing people get murdered, you know, fighting in the household. So all this is trauma. This is trauma impacting community. So what you expect to come out of that?
More trauma.
Right, more trauma.
It's funny because you're very popular. You're like an introvert, but you're not an introvert. You just gotta just know you to come out to you. Tell me something you think that people don't know about you. Like you think people wouldn't know about you.
What they wouldn't know about me?
Not nothing too private, but something like.
I don't know, cause
I feel like people might think you're shy, but you're not, because you're a whole poet.
right, yeah. I was shy at one time, but see, I'm an introvert too, but I'm an extrovert when I have to be. So you may find certain qualities in an individual, in yourself, right, that may hold you back from living your purpose. And it's not the fact that you can't still be an introvert, you just got to find balance. Right? You find a balance in the shyness, you find a balance in the introversy, you find a balance in life in general. The sixth sense is balance.
The sixth sense is balance.
Yeah, sixth sense is balance. Everything in the universe is balance, right?
It's balance. So I feel like you did a lot of things in your life. You just read a book, you get an interview, you're in documentaries. But what is your like long-term goal now? Like you're past your 50s. I seen you Instagram. You're at a party the other day. You know what I mean? Like I think last month. But you past the 50 mark. So that's half a century. So you it's a blessing. First of all, congratulations
Thank you.
for being here still. And I feel like man's job on earth is not only just produce children, but produce stuff to make the earth better, the community better, the environment better. That's our duty as being men.
But men and women, like our purpose. Like especially from Islam, we know our purpose is to represent God. Like most Muslims think it's to worship God, right? Protect the caretaker, you know, and our purpose, each and one of us, our purpose, I believe, all our purpose is to be servant to the rest of creation. So either you're helping people, you're helping agriculture, or you're helping animals. Because all of these things is the reason why we're able to exist. Right? And without insects, without air, without earth, without people, we can't exist. So our job is to protect our existence by serving that purpose in those different areas. And that's when you find your purpose. Our purpose is in helping people. So when I found myself, I found my purpose. And many people who struggle with, like, I don't know my purpose. Even guys who are older, like from me doing lectures and me doing conferences, as people walk up to me like, hey, you know what, all this time, 34 years old, I don't know my purpose. I say, because you got to find yourself.
You gotta find yourself first. So what is your long-term goal now? Like any long-term you go, I feel like you did all your short-term goals.
Right. I mean, my long-term goal is to be more impactful, more effective and efficient to humanity, more documentaries, more films. I'm working on a movie now about my life.
So you got going on now?
Yeah. South Philly Story, this is called.
South Philly Story.
Yeah, South Philly producers out of California. I met when I was at a conference. I met one of the producers that worked on Warner Brothers there, and I told him my story. He's like, wow, this is a great story. Let's do something with it. And that's how the movie thing came into rap. So now we're working on that, just trying to find a director and producer to actually start doing it. Yeah.
That's love, man. This guy Will, man, super legendary. And he's saying a lot, but he does a lot. I mean, he got 25,000 posts on his gram of all action. You go in the community, you could ask. He could have one of the documentaries that Nipsey had, where you could ask everybody in the community about him, and he got me in it. Like, it's real. What does live to be legendary mean to you?
Live to be legendary is to leave a mark. Man, leave this earth with exhausting all your gifts.
Leave earth.
Don't take it to the grave.
Exhausting all your gifts.
Right. That's what it's here for. You're a gift. Right? You came into this world. God put us all in this world out of 1 million cells, sperm cells that you pass by, to fertilize that egg and to become life. Right? And everything, God gives you everything you need. So to what? Even a gift is not yours. The gift is for you to give to the world. You know, people die with their gifts because they never find themselves.
That's why they say, that was so beautiful, but that's why they say, like, your child not even yours, your child is God's. Like, Yeah, that's yours as far as like DNA transfer, but your child has his own choices.
Right. We're not owners. We are managers. There's only one owner. It's the Creator. This world is temporary, and will pass by, and so will everything else. Right? Even you, besides your spirit.
Well, Little, listen, y'all. This is a great man. Buy his book. Check him out on Amazon, Prime. And honestly, if you're a parent, you have a son, or you're a man, you have hair or balding, whatever. Go get a haircut, because not only do you get a good haircut by him on Task Care, you get the wisdom.
Let's get the coaching. Get the coaching we need. That's what it is.
Coaching?
Get the coaching. Yeah, get the coaching. You need a coach. I mean, I don't put your business out there. It's none of my business after you tell me. But get the coaching. If you're going through trauma, grief, depression, fear, anxiety, all these negative things, this is what killing our community. People dying at 40, 50 years old from heart attacks and stuff like that because of, your emotions, it's energy and motion. So that's what emotions is, energy and motion. So if you have negative energy going through your body, then of course you're going to project it on everybody else. But at the same time, it's killing you. And then it's creating murder. Because mostly every murder is suicide. So you correlate that. Right? A person really want to kill himself. He ain't got the heart to kill himself, so you got to kill somebody else. Because it's not in our nature to kill. Right? God didn't create us to kill people. He created us to love people. But the reality is that when you have a distorted mindset, and your heart is broken or black, then you take that pain on somebody else. Hurt people. Happy people help people. And heal people.
Woo! Well, Latif, Little, continue to live to be legendary. Peace.
Live to be Legendary is proudly sponsored by Philly Real Estate Services and Solutions. Are you a Philadelphia landlord in need of expert landlord-tenant services? Look no further. Philly Real Estate Services and Solutions is here to represent you in landlord-tenant court, ensuring a smooth and hassle-free experience. Give them a call at 610-235-7998. Again, the number is 610-235-7998.